Hey everybody, and Tony here with a review of Puccini's La Boheme, live from the Royal Opera House with conductor Antonio Papanno, which I heard on BBC Radio 3. I was anticipating this particular radio broadcast because of the star-studded cast. In the roles of Rodolfo and Mimi, the alpha couple were Michael Fabiano and Nicole, and in the roles of Marcello and Musetta, the beta couple, were Mariusz Kwiecien and Simona Mihai. With that said, let's get on to what I thought about the singers, starting off with Michael Fabiano as Rodolfo. It should come as no surprise that he has been performing this role in a lot of different opera houses, and he sounded like what I expected him to sound like. Youthful, exuberant, and with a very wonderful technique. He managed to sing all of his lines so ardently, so passionately, and with that wonderful lirico spinto tenor voice, which manages to sound so young and fresh. He managed to sell me as Rodolfo. He certainly had a lot of great vocal resources to play off of really well, and he certainly stood out so well as a bright, shining star. He was technically secure, but at the same time, he sang with such style and elegance that I was practically on cloud nine when I heard his voice. He had a very wonderful technique, which is all helped with that very focused and clean tone that he has. And he just did everything so well, not only in terms of technique, but also in terms of emotion. Nicole was an absolutely gorgeous Mimi. I should know because I saw her about 2 years ago singing the role of Tatiana from Tchaikovsky's Evgeny Onegin, and I thought she was fabulous in that role. Here, I thought that this role of Mimi fit her like a glove. The way she was able to make Mimi sound so youthful, so loving, so tender, and absolutely sweet, all thanks to her signature full lyric soprano voice, was absolutely amazing. With such a feminine quality to be found in her gorgeous lyric soprano voice, she managed to soar her lines very well with a clean, clear, and well-produced tone, wonderful diction, and a lot of emotion. She really made Mimi come alive as a character, and her interpretation of this particular role, which is so iconic, was really well done. And of course, Michael Fabiano's and Nicole Carr's rendition of O Suave Fanciulla was wonderfully sung, with the both of them at their absolute vocal best. Their voices blended so beautifully that I was practically on cloud nine. Mariusz Kwiecien was absolutely handsome as Marcello. He continues to use his trademark lyric dramatic baritone voice to the best of his abilities, and he certainly made Marcello come alive as a character. He made him passionate and quite endearing in his own special way, and he managed to make this character come alive, all thanks to that focused timbre that he has, which is round and burnished, but at the same time very youthful and very ardent. Simona Mihai was, as always, a very fine Musetta, and what I've noticed about her voice is that it's been getting slightly fuller as the years roll by, because I first heard her in this particular role 3 years ago at the Royal Opera House, and her voice back then was slightly lighter and a little bit more on the breezier side. Here, it's gained a lot of fullness, but still maintains that absolutely gorgeously girlish quality. She managed to make Musetta come alive, all thanks to her lyric soprano voice, which sounds both silvery and full, and at the same time, her characterization was rollickingly awesome. And on top of that, both Mariusz Kwiecien and Simona Mihai managed to give a lot of fine vocal magic with this Takahashi couple. The way they managed to sing with each other was so well done, and of course, their vocal chemistry certainly matched how great of singing actors both of them really are. Then we have a baritone whose name is completely new to me, and that is Gyula Nagy. and he sang the role of Shalnal, and I thought he did an amazing job with this particular role. He had a viola-like quality to his lyric baritone voice. It has that type of sensual quality which I like, and of course it sounds young and fresh. I cannot wait to hear him in a lot more leading male roles, as he certainly has a brilliant future ahead of him, and I just wish him all the best. Luca Titoto was fine and marvelous as Colline, with his basso cantante voice, which has that roundness and richness and nobility. He managed to make Colline come alive as a character. His vocal highlight was Vecchia Zimara, which he sang with the appropriate amount of poignancy, and he managed to put in a lot of fine emotion without going too over the top. He was technically secure, and he managed to do a very fine job bringing Colline to life. We also had such magnificent singing from Jeremy White as Benoit, whose supple, round, rich, and cavernous basso voice managed to make him stand out really well, and he managed to have a lot of fun with this particular role. And of course, Win Pencareg's absolutely gorgeous Alcindoro, in which he was able to find a good amount of comedy with this particular role, and he had a fine, gorgeous sounding and full sounding bass baritone voice to back him up really well. So overall, the singing was absolutely magnificent, not only from the alpha and beta couples, from the likes of Michael Fabiano and Nicole, and of course Mariusz Kwiecien and Simona Mihai, but all the other great supporting players, from Julia Nagui to Luca Titoto, and even to the likes of Jeremy White and Win Pencareg. And the conducting done by Antonio Papanno was absolutely magnificent. He made sure that the orchestra and chorus went together very well. And of course, Antonio Papanno is certainly no stranger when it comes to conducting Puccini. The way he was able to give a lot of nuance and beauty to the score, all with the help of the orchestra, was very well done. And he was absolutely skilled in his craft as a conductor. And of course, the chorus and orchestra of the Royal Opera House were exceptional. So overall, with such magnificent singing and equally magnificent conducting, this was definitely a fine experience I had with La Bohème. And for those of you who listened to this particular radio broadcast of La Bohème live from the Royal Opera House, what did you think of it? Did you feel like Michael Fabiano, Nicole, Mariusz Kwiecien, and Simona Mihai sold it as the two couples? Did you feel like there was another singer who kind of stole their thunder? Or did you feel like there was something or someone that just didn't really hold up? Comment below and let me know. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune in much later where I review Richard Strauss's Elektra at the Deutsche Oper Berlin, starring Catherine Foster as Elektra and Alison Oakes as Chrysothemis. So until then, have a great day everybody and happy Halloween!